In today's video, I will show you how you can make money using charcoal briquette machine. In Africa, we have a lot of woods and we have trees all around, and these are all materials that you can use to make wood. Even beyond Africa, in Middle East, in the US, and everywhere, this machine works very effectively. I recently visited a factory, and that factory was producing charcoal briquette. And you know what they used to produce that briquette? They use pellets and waste wood to produce briquettes. Most of they also use sawdust. So even if you don't have wood and you have sawdust, you're able to use it to produce briquette. Or if you have pellets, you can use it to produce briquette. Or you have woods, you can also use it to produce briquette. So it all depends on what raw materials are available to you. So today I will show you how you can buy these machines. I'm going to show you different machines. This is constructed locally, and you see that the briquettes are very effective. I mean, they come out very good, right? And I will also show you machines that are made in China that you can buy at low cost, about $1,000, $500, $2,000, $800, depending on your budget. You buy the size which you need, and you would also use it to produce charcoal briquettes. So just stay tuned with me. And again, the question is, what is this market size for charcoal briquetting machine, or sorry, for charcoal? And they're for all the malls, they are stocking this charcoal, and on daily basis they sell them out because people want to go for camping, they want to use it for barbecue in their rooftop, in their garden, and some other people are using it to fire their furnaces. Some other people are using it like metals, steel companies are using it in their furnace. So charcoal is widely used, and you can export it to any country that requires it. If you can't consume it locally or through locally, you can export it. But I can tell you, even locally alone, just imagine in Nigeria what people use charcoal for. The people who make barbecue, they use charcoal. Clubs, they use charcoal to roast their fish and all of that. So you look at the population and how many people make charcoal. They struggle to get charcoal, and they end up buying charcoal that gets burnt immediately, while you can give them something that can last for a longer time. So that is how important it is to have charcoal briquette machine. The question you can ask yourself is, what do you gain by producing and selling charcoal? I can tell you that internationally, charcoal is, so depending on the country, within $200 to $600 per ton. Okay, and charcoal is used for a variety of things, including you know using it to burn furnace, to also use for making of barbecue, and a number of other local operations like stove and cooking and all of that. But then again, charcoal is used for making of toothpaste. Charcoal is used, in cosmetics, and also, that is why charcoal is great for export. So because you can use it for cosmetic, you can use it for toothpaste, you can use it even for some kind of medicines. Okay, which they produce. In fact, there is charcoal tablets. Okay, which you can take to detoxify yourself from poison. So the profit margin on the sales of charcoal to international buyers can actually range from anywhere within 30% to over 100%, depending on if you are the producer or buying from the direct source, and the final price agreed with the buyer. So these are things which really add to the value of charcoal. Okay, and as a broker, you can venture into this business even without any money. You can be a middle person. Okay, yeah. So that is to tell you that charcoal is really a very good business. There are a lot of things to know about charcoal. Okay, like for example, Nigeria is estimated to have limitless access to charcoal because there is widespread of forest area, and this is not just for Nigeria, for most other African countries. And without these forest areas, I can tell you that you can produce your charcoal also using you can produce your charcoal using maybe sawdust. You can also produce it using pellets, which are waste you can find in any country. Okay, for those who are in Nigeria, if you are within a place like Nasarawa, Kaduna, Jos, Mina, Ebe, Jeba, Oyo, and several other states in Nigeria, there's less volume of charcoal because of availability of raw materials. So those are areas. If you are a broker, you want to buy charcoal, then you can actually you know can actually source it from all of this area. Charcoal price are calculated in metric tons, so you would need to find out how to calculate it if you are going to do export. Okay, and just to tell you more, if you want to carry out this process called carbonization, and I'm going to show you machines that would help you to carbonize your charcoal. It's quite a very simple process, just to burn your charcoal in the absence of oxygen to ensure that you do not lose it. Do not lose the wood. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to know exactly how charcoal are made and in what areas in Nigeria, for example, you can just stay tuned with me. Charcoal is actually largely made from tropical woods, not just every wood. You can use Indian bamboo to make charcoal, although some variation like charcoal briquette are made from coconut shells, sawdust, pellets, and all of that. But during the process of producing charcoal, wood is burnt at really high temperature in absence of air, because air will make you to lose all of the wood. It will become, what is it called? Like dust. I forgot what we call it. And this production, like I said earlier on, is carbonization. Okay, so just for you to remember, and the production of charcoal actually is done in various communities and states. But mostly, you see some areas like Kaduna, Jos, Mina, Ebe, Jeba, Oyo, Nasarawa, and several others are key areas where you can get this. And why I'm mentioning this is that in case you want to be a broker, then you can think about these places. Okay, yeah, those areas have high production center, but production can also be carried out in most other part of the country, of course, from anywhere you are. Yeah, so that is very important key to take note. Okay, there are business opportunity in charcoal. Okay, exports. Okay, because the charcoal industry actually poses several business opportunity, and you know, the, this large industry can actually be something you should tap into, from several fronts, not just for charcoal as a source of making fire. You could use charcoal, you could make charcoal production. You could also be a charcoal exporter or distributor, okay? Where someone else can also be selling charcoal appliances, like doing the machines, the prepared machines, that makes charcoal. And there are types of charcoal that you can export. One is hardwood charcoal. The second one is charcoal briquette. Another one is barbecue charcoal or shisha charcoal. They are all different kind of charcoal. So depending on what you want to make, will form what kind of machine you need to buy. Okay. So one is that you need to, if you want to export, you need to register your export business. Okay. Then you need to find direct source and producer for export. I have a friend who, I think from Vietnam. I have a friend here who they make charcoal, and he has a contact in Vietnam who told him whatever quantity you can produce, I'll buy it. But at the moment, he's not able to supply all the quantity they need. Okay. Then number three, thing, you set up a proper business structure, and so that you know that you have a business structure and you're able to monitor it, source for your buyer, and then export your product. There are challenges you may face, but these challenges you should be able to find a way to mitigate them. One of them is lack of experience, cause exporter to either purchase the wrong specification or underprice you, because sometimes if you don't really have the expertise, you might make some mistakes. Okay, then there are fake buyers who might waste your time, keep giving you promises, and at the end of the day you realize they're fake buyers. Then some of them are also lack of trust. They're afraid, they don't want to pay ahead of time. Then most prospective entrepreneurs also have little or access to finance, so they are unable to do these projects properly. So they you just invest much little, and it becomes problematic for you to complete the job. And again, most charcoal sellers have poorly managed supply chains. So because it's like job of unserious people. So all of these things, there are more challenges we may face. Maybe, yeah, maybe issues which is related to time wasted and all of that. But the question is, how do you mitigate these challenges? And so that is what you should find out how to mitigate by careful research. You will be able to mitigate these challenges. Okay. Yeah, so I will try to show you maybe what it looks like again. You can also make charcoal bar, by the way, and this is mostly done from sawdust. Okay, so if you produce charcoal bar, if you make sawdust, you can just break them to charcoal bar, and that is also a very good business for you because it's like from wet. These are what it looks like making charcoal bar from sawdust. I have a friend who have this machine. I produces charcoal bar. He called me to consult for me, and I went there, and they are currently producing charcoal bar, in their factory. So that is something you might also consider. So it also have a different machine which we use to make this. It's actually a smaller machine, not a big machine. So you can use this machine to package your charcoal. Okay. So once you fix it, you will be able to package your charcoal, so you don't really need to sell them like garbage, and you will be able to export your charcoal to. For these ones, you don't really need to sell them in tons because you're selling them to supermarkets. So, but if you are going to put them in the big bags, you can sell them in ton. But for those who sell to supermarket, you package them and they come out this way. Then you put them in another small piece of bag, and you are good to, label your name and all of that, and you can go and sell your charcoal, right? Yeah. So that is how it is being packaged. Yeah. So you can see how neatly this is. Well, guys, so this is it about charcoal business, and I can tell you that this is one of the business that will really give you money if you go into it. So if you're someone who is really willing to do some of these things, then you're good to go. So, guys, see you in my next video. Thank you.